So if we want to make a clean, crispy getaway, then I want to use simultaneous magnetization.
That's impossible.
Not if we time it right. The only problem is there are more than 4 ships, if not a dozen.
So the weight space would factor in.
Depending on what type of steel you're trying to deal with.
Judging by the coordinates, Indicidia space is taking up much of the Astra constellation. We're already working on a damaged ship. If we steer the ship, it would only operate at a slow pace.
And if we remain still, we'd be sitting ducks.
Space and the stars.
So the only shot we have is Futurity?
He's the only target.
He was last spotted on the 3rd ship, lower deck 34.
Oh, he on the move. He ain't gonna be still. We just gotta keep our eyes on him until we reach him.
I've done a live trace on him. He's not that hard to find.
Good, because if he is, then we really got problems.
Ha! The prisoner count is 7 million, all ships total.
Back on the old world, that's the state's total population.
Due to interplanetary advancements, technological coexistence, populations increase, human and ex-celestial.
Ex-celestial is a regime classification. Remember, humans on Earth were always told anything out from space was alien. Even people that look like you and me.
Remember, that's what they used to call immigrants.
The Browns still do. They was always trying to keep them out.
And they still do that too. There were always fears of an invasion right by the planet's middle western section of the North American continent.
What you have is 2 words. Invasion and colonization.
Well, aren't they the same thing?
True enough, but one thing I notice is one term is served as a hostile takeover, and the other has become a technical representation in order to complicate the similarities by creating an unnecessary distinction to confuse anybody who ain't looking.
But if you keep it plain and simple, nobody's that stupid, Chronic.
Nope. Especially nobody with sense. But 9 times out of 10, they're often ignored, or don't have a say. Either way, the aliens are coming. Are we talking about an invasion? But what happens when the aliens are the only ones that can save us? Take everybody in, when no one has anywhere to go? In space?
We are the aliens.
We can't call them aliens no more. We call them ex-celestials. The ones who saved us. Like gods.
They can still call them aliens, Chronic. They still do. They don't care. Celestial beings are a myth.
Why do you think they put an X cursor in front of it? It's an anagram for extraterrestrial. But they can't say that, because the world we now live on was theirs.
So ex-celestial is just validation for superiority. Stripping gods through military force is validation for them.
So if you notice where I'm going with this subject,
you want to encourage a jailbreak among the captives in the other ships.
Bingo.
Someone shut him up because he laughs too much.
If we create a tip-off, get the other captives to start a ruckus.
So we got 1 million captives.
7, but who's counting?
Well, as long as we can count, we shouldn't have no problems. Check it out. So the furnace is a battery charger. So if you think a remote control car, think of it as a big magnet.
So even if they were to revolt, how do you save them from magnetic containment, let alone themselves?
That's the hard part.
Even if you, the M-Jet, the speed qualifies, but it doesn't meet the space capacity to fit the captives, how many trips would you have to make?
More than 1. If not the Predator, I was thinking of enlisting decom.
You don't even like decom.
Yeah, I know. You right. I don't.
Oh, you have jokes. And it's on you.
That's what you think.
It's very unrealistic if you ask me.
Shit, well I did ask you. Well, you know how I am about the real. Especially right now. Look around. I'm mad at it.
Well, I question the survival rate of the captives. If they fight against the Phantoms, the ships are still designated to stay their courses.
You don't trust any of the captives to pilot their own ships?
A slave vessel? Hell no. If they don't go at each other's throats, they'll destroy the ships and get sucked out into the cold depths of space in a vacuum.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, it's not the first time I've bared bad news, nor shot down optimism with realism.
You know I wasn't really thanking you, right? You know I was just talking shit, right?
Shit, Chronic.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Because I thought that was some bullshit that you didn't like the jailbreak idea, you know? I thought that was really some bullshit, you know?
Bullshit, Chronic, because I thought the idea was not only some bullshit, but the idea is some bullshit, Chronic. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great idea, ideally, but I just know it's just a disaster shit show that doesn't even need to happen to let you know that it is some bullshit, Chronic.
Alright, we need to figure out how we're gonna make landfall.
Landfall, orbit? Haven't we figured it out already?
Apparently not. Still stuck up out here in space.
Ah!